How we doing? All right, Burbank Bears, I'm going to make this a quick video because today the place to be is Zoom. We're going to look at a lot of our projects. We're going to overview the slideshow. We're going to make sure we have a good understanding the first 10 to 15 minutes of microbacterial, bacteria is microbiome diseases, gut issues, how to solve these issues, how does antibiotics affect it. Antibiotics kill both the good and the bad bacteria. So that's a little bit of an issue. That's one reason doing the fecal transplants are better, because you don't have to kill all the good bacteria. The fecal transplant just goes in there with the good bacteria, fills it up, and defeats salmonella or other microbiome diseases like we've seen in our slides. So let's take a look at one quick slideshow here just so you know where you need to be. If you're jumping on this video and not in Zoom, remember you can pause and stop. So Alicio, very proud of you, buddy. You got going on the slideshow. Good job. Let's take a look at Catherine, who also stepping up her A game, going from not doing as much work as she would like to getting some work done. Let's see if she is on track. Remember, when we do this, this is to teach you where you need to be, whether it's the slideshow I'm looking at or not. So we do have 4 slides here that Catherine answered all the questions for. She found those questions in this article. She answered those questions by copying and pasting. We also had a nice little CER here, which is which argument did you decide was stronger and why. Beautifully written CER here, so you should have that. Now let's go, and she moved that to the top like she was supposed to. Now the one thing we did yesterday that I'm not seeing with Catherine's is the video slide that shows both videos. So let's go find somebody that has that. Hopefully Catherine can catch up on that. Katsali usually does a pretty good job. Let's take a look. Katsali, let's take a look at yours. Look at this, beautiful. So that everybody should have something like this. You can have the squares highlighted if you want, but you do not have to. And you should have this salmonella notes done. It can be a little essay, it can be a CER, or it can be 3 simple notes that you watched the video and you just took some notes. Let's just read hers. Salmonella can affect humans and animals. You can get salmonella from things like contaminated water or raw foods like meat and eggs. A way you can avoid getting salmonella is to properly cook your food and keep raw foods away from the cooked foods to avoid cross-contamination. Yes, cross-contamination means you cook all this meat perfect. Salmonella is killed because heat kills germs and bacteria. Then you put the meat back on the plate that you had used before you cooked it. The salmonella is on the plate. So now you're eating it anyway. So you always have to clean that first plate really well or use another plate. Great one. So now let's jump into fecal transplants. We're going to take the first 10 minutes here. Let's get some notes on fecal transplants, and then we're going to start our projects for the day. Where are fecal transplants? Where is that video? That video, I may put the link a second time, but I probably will see what happens. If it's not there, you're going to look at yesterday's. If you are not in this Mr. Downs Super Students group yet, you need to tell me. So take a look. This is Wednesdays. I'm going to make a Thursdays up here. I may or may not copy this again because it's right here. So I'll probably just refer to it in my notes. So the only link that'll be there is this video. Now this video is going to show this video, the fecal research video as well. So you can come click here, or you just watch the video we are in right now. Let's watch it. Now this is actually an article and a video. And so if you want to get your notes the easy way, come in here and just find quotes that make sense. Fecal transplant is a relatively new treatment that is over 90% effective in recurrent C. difficile infections in patients that have failed to recover using antibiotics. Notice, antibiotics don't work, so they go with this. When they get better at this, they might not even need the antibiotics. Nice picture of a poo there. All right, let's watch our video.
This ecology experiment is one of many that have demonstrated how ecosystems with many species tend to be more resilient than those with few species. We're biased towards this particular grassland experiment because it's run by one of our writers, but strength in species numbers is also key to the health of ecosystems ranging from potato fields to rivers to the inside of your gut. In contrast, when a single species is dominant, it can cause problems. Take the case of Clostridium difficile, a natural part of your gut community that causes a severe inflammation inflammation of the colon when it becomes too abundant. This bacteria, often referred to as C. diff, was named difficile because it was difficult to grow in a lab, not because it's difficult to treat. But it is. C. diff infections often develop because these bacteria persist better and regenerate faster than other gut bacteria following an antibiotic treatment for some unrelated health problem. Ironically, the standard treatment for C. diff is yet more antibiotics, which sometimes works, but in many cases the antibiotic resistance of C. diff means the playing field is simply cleared of its competitors and its population can grow even more vigorously. So vigorously, in fact, that of the roughly 500,000 people infected each year in the US, about 1 in 30 die as a result, even after further drug treatments or surgery to remove parts of the colon. Out of desperation came the idea to entirely replenish the gut microbiome, not with probiotics, which only supply something like 1 living organism for every 10,000 bacterial cells already in your gut and just aren't powerful enough to make a difference, but rather with something more like the microbial equivalent of a blood transfusion. And just like a blood transfusion, don't try this at home. In a fecal microbiota transplantation, or poop transplant, someone with a healthy, diverse community of gut bacteria donates a sample to be administered to a patient with a C. diff infection. And in about 400 of 470 documented cases, the transplanted bacterial community quickly became dominant, causing the patient's digestive system to recover and stabilize, though scientists still don't know exactly how that happens. The human gut isn't the only ecosystem where this germ of an idea is taking hold, either. For example, transplanting soil from healthy fields to unhealthy ones helps knock back crop diseases and make soils more fertile. And transplanting water, snails, and duckweed from a pond to an aquarium helps maintain a well-balanced fish tank. At the moment, microbial transplant therapy for disease control resides at the fringes of medicine, agriculture, and home fish tank husbandry. For medicine, this may in part be due to people being squeamish about their own and others' fecal matter, and insurance companies being squeamish about covering the cost of the procedure. But money also plays a broader role. New practices, even really good ones, have difficulty spreading without active promotion. And that promotion often comes from places like the pharmaceutical, agrochemical, and home aquarium industries. Industries which promote only those things from which they can make a profit, like drugs, fertilizers, aquarium supplements, and other heavily engineered chemical cocktails. But who will promote the simple solutions? We will. From your C. diff to recoup, choose someone else's poop.
Awesome. Perfect segue there. Okay, that was a perfect segue there. Who's going to promote this? This is huge in all your life. It goes across everything. Most people are only going to promote things that make them money. And so they're not really, it's amazing how much different research, better ways to do energy, better ways to have cars, all kinds of things across history would have been better for the planet, better for people, better for different things. But nobody talks about them. Why? There's no money to be made in it. Lots of research into different things in history. Lots of research into scientific things. If there's not money to be made, then guess what? Probably not going to put the research in. So we need to step beyond that and realize that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to tell people that we need to do what we just saw in that video. Use fecal transplants. Sounds gross. People don't want to talk about it. Guess what? So simple and easy. You don't have to have drugs. Antibiotics cost a lot of money. You have to go pay for those. So this plan will help people in a cheaper way to make people healthy. So we have all kinds of information. So I'm going to use Frankie's slideshow because he is up to date. Let's take one last look at what does it look like to be up to date Thursday morning. You've got a title. He has his salmonella. Now, right now, we're all going to go in here and we are going to take some notes about our salmonella. Let's do that real quick. Just 3 quick notes because we want to get working on our projects. Helps when antibiotics don't work. Now, Frankie, I just did one for you. Say Frankie wants to go get some more and he wants to do it the easy way. All he has to do is come into the article, copy and paste. What is it? How do they work? Fecal transplants work by... Whoops. Oh, that's my video. You'll have to click it on the link. You'll copy a couple of sentences. Let's get that into our slide right now. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I want to see 3 notes right here on fecal transplants. So in real life, we come back to here, and I bet we're looking at Frankie's, and I bet Frankie in Zoom actually has his notes done, but this is the video, so you haven't done that yet. So now you have your notes on fecal transplants. You have your salmonella. Let's see what else you're supposed to have. You have, what does bacteria do in a healthy gut biome? Something like this you might want to put in your commercial in your own words. Something like this, something like this. As a matter of fact, you could turn these 4 slides into part of your commercial. How can you do that? Making it look cool. Add a picture. Simplify the quotes. Maybe we don't want all the big quote. You just want to put it in your own words. Maybe you just want to have pictures and you want to talk into the camera. So you can use these to create your promotion. Now, if you really want to get excited, you can come all the way down to the end of our lesson and you can see, it's right here, a press release MRI. If you wanted to see what press releases look like, you can do this, but we've kind of covered it all. You're making a commercial. This just can give you some notes way at the bottom. But I wouldn't worry about that if you know what you're doing. The bottom line, you're making a cool commercial. Radio could be if you want to do audio, or just poster. You could draw it at home right now and work on it tomorrow in class. Remember, the assignment I give Thursday carries all the way through Friday. Friday, we just check in, make sure you're on track, do the song, let you work. So this assignment, due end of the day tomorrow. Poster, you can draw it at home. Cool sign, 5 slides at top, 3 to 4 slides, 1 super cool epic slide. The bottom line, if somebody sees that, they need to know that they need to know your arguments, you need to have some evidence, and you need to be persuasive to make them think this is the wave. Give us money to use fecal transplants and help people with gut biome issues. All right, so what are you going to do? First thing you do is welcome to Frankie's Slides. He has his title. If I was him, I would make a new slide. And I'm just going to put the directions right here so everybody knows what it is. Create a poster, commercial, 3 to 5 slide, campaign to promote using fecal transplants to help gut issues. That's our bottom line. That's what we're doing, okay? Different ways to do it. There's really no wrong way to do this. If it looks cool and the biggest thing you need to do is support your argument with evidence. Why is this a good thing? Well, look, you've got tons of information to go back and look at. And remember, what makes a good argument? Good evidence. All right. Last thing, and then I'm going to let you guys go to work. We need to teach you guys how to use a camera. If you're in Zoom, we're going to talk about it because everybody's on different devices. But I'm pretty sure, look at here, insert audio. Now check this out. This one doesn't have it there. I thought it did. There is a way to do that. So we're going to have to play with that. Do a little research. Every device is different. There's ways to just record yourself right on your computer. Type in how to record audio on my MacBook. Type in how to record audio on my Chromebook. Type in how to record audio on my iPad. Then type in how do I record video on my iPad? How do I record video on my Chromebook? Search that up because every device is different and you will find that. You do not have to record audio. You do not have to record video. I'm giving you an option. So say you just want to do a script. Go, hey, I'm here today and I'm going to talk to you about poop. You think poop is gross? No, poop is going to save your life. And so maybe you just do a commercial like that. That's good. Within there, talk about your argument, give an evidence. You don't have to write anything. You can just do a video commercial or a radio commercial. All right, let's get started. Have a great day, everybody. Due end of day tomorrow, Friday. Probably will not grade these till Sunday night, maybe Monday. But try to get them in into the day Friday so I can start grading them. And they will not be considered late though. But by Monday morning, guess what? We're going to look at all these. So definitely have it done by Monday morning. Click submit when you're done. All right, let's do this.